Folks, this is James with the Impossible channel, and I'm still talking about it, So this massive energy that's coming from outer space, it's gonna destroy our planet, huh?
Monarch, the New Phoenix Program 2. Even though he is retired, Colonel John B. Alexander still works today at Los Alamos National Laboratory in a capacity that is not clearly defined, as does NSA General Michael Aquino. Both personalities have extensive study in the application of non-lethal, extremely low-frequency weapons in attacking the populations and armed forces of enemy nations. Whether these terrible weapons that were supposed to have been turned against our implacable enemies have instead been turned against our very own people is difficult to prove given the nature of the weapons involved. Thousands of American citizens have been publicly claiming for years that they are under attack from a directed energy weapon that attacks their physical bodies and their central nervous systems.
I bet you're talking about massive EMP waves that are gonna, make our electronics go down and the systems all go down. You're gonna be without internet, lights, and I don't know. Probably, that's what they're gonna tell us, right? Oh, it's coming from outer space. It's coming from the Russians. It's coming from Mars. Blame Mars. God damn it, just blame Mars, right? Well, so we weren't sort of satisfied with the fact that people are just, taking this and like telling everybody about it, right? Oh man, did you know that December 26th, there's gonna be like a huge, massive wave that's gonna hit Earth? No. Well, folks, that's not what's gonna happen. Not to my knowledge. What they're doing is they're showing you a map, right? And they're showing you a video of a microwave supposedly hitting Earth, okay? But if you take this map and you go through a very harsh process, or actually it's quite easy, in Photoshop you can transform this video into a flat Earth model, and then what you can do is overlay this model in the real outline of, okay, what we know as South Pole, okay?
This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing to equipment, weapons, training simulations, anything we need.
And you're going to get a more accurate depiction of what's actually happening. There's something in the North Pole, I would, maybe scratch my head and call it HARP. Yeah. And maybe HARP is emitting these waves, these huge amounts, and these huge, massive waves of energy, microwave, right? Let's just remember, folks, everybody has a microwave since the 40s, right? Since 1940s or 1950s, I don't know. If you have a microwave at your house, at your home, you know what I'm talking about. These are microwave energies, right? These are microwave beams being emitted by probably HARP. And if you investigate HARP, you're going to find out that HARP is actually dealing with all types of waves. So whatever they're emitting, it's coming from the North Pole, and it's going to absolutely all directions, mainly to the entrances, okay, that we have in this map. I would say that maybe it depicts what we call the inner Earth or hollow Earth, right? But I don't know, folks, maybe it's just a bigger district and that's it, But in any case, what they're doing is right now they're causing a massive instability in energy and microwaves and all that. I bet they want to break the dome, they want to shatter the dome completely. And I do not believe we have a glass dome around us, folks, but I do believe that maybe if we have been expelled from these other districts and they just don't want us to go there, they might have, somewhat protected us from getting out of here, definitely. So they might maybe have installed some kind of screen or some kind of glass dome around us, a very big one. And that's what they're trying to break with these microwaves. I don't know. But the whole thing that it's coming from outer space, well, I just don't buy it. After looking at this map and the way things just match, everything matches here. It makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense right now. That of course they're trying the best they can to get out of this district, which is going to collapse. It's getting hotter and hotter. It's the temperatures are going crazy. Storms, volcanoes, and earthquakes might just start erupting and happening all the time right now.
This is a test of the Alert Ready system. This system is used to warn Ontario residents.
An unknown anomaly next to the sun, which I believe to be human also, a machine to provoke a global warming, maybe to yeah, of course, to cause a massive global movement and awareness to the fact that there's something wrong and that there's the solution, right? What's the solution? The New World Order is the solution. Why do I say that? Well, no one's paying attention to the fact we have two suns out there, and no one's paying attention to the fact that these waves are coming from Earth and not from outer space, which makes me think, if only a select group of people are actually seeing this, it means that they're going to have to do something huge to draw everyone's attention. Isn't that true? Isn't that so? If people are still watching baby movies and Netflix and whatever, if people are not, looking at the second sun or second light source up in the sky, the amount of drones just coming in and going, the UFOs and all, if they're still not looking at that, folks, it's because whatever they have to do, it's something huge, it's something, huge proportions to draw, everyone's single attention. So, I believe this is what they're going to try to, that's what their plan is right now. They're going to black out the sun and cause a massive EMP. I would say maybe they have installed some kind of sun-sucking machine next to our sun. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It kind of moves, It doesn't have a fixed pattern. It's not there every day that you can see it. You can't see it from everywhere in the world. One day a person catches it in Australia, the other day in Canada. Kind of doesn't make sense, but at the same time you wonder, So I believe it's a sun-sucking machine to cause a massive blackout, and that's why we're seeing two colors in the sky. If you clearly watch the sunset or the sunrise, you're going to see a pinkish color, a yellowish color, a white color, and a red color. Okay, all of these, well, to me, this is like something's being sucked up. The sun's being totally sucked, and it's failing. It's starting to fail. And people are even talking about a massive hole in the sun. Maybe true, but this may be more close to reality. And now, what could be causing this, right? Maybe another planet like Saturn, could be, I don't know. Or maybe they're sucking up the sun to cause a massive blackout and then cause a huge EMP, and that would call people's attention, I guess, folks, that even if we had two suns up in the sky, and if everybody could see it, I guess even so, people would still be convinced we only have one. So I believe the only way they're going to draw everyone's attention is by causing a massive blackout or a massive EMP wave, which would disrupt iPhones and telephones and communication and everything, So prepare yourselves, because that may be what they're trying to do to get out of this dome. For some reason, I believe it's because it's getting unbearable to live in here. It's getting hotter and hotter, and, well, they're going to have to leave the dome somehow, of course. They're going to be doomed, right? So that's just my thought. But, okay, right? So I'm going to leave it to you right now, just... You have the tutorial, you know how to do it. Okay, try doing it yourself. Get a video of these massive waves coming into and supposedly hitting Earth, right? And transform it into a flat Earth model and put it on top of this model. And you can see and observe by yourself that it actually makes sense, Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching and being here, and don't forget to comment below what you think about all this. It's really crazy, right? And see you again. Folks, this is James with the Impossible channel, and I'm still talking about it, So this massive energy that's coming from outer space, it's gonna destroy our planet, huh?
Monarch, the New Phoenix Program 2. Even though he is retired, Colonel John B. Alexander still works today at Los Alamos National Laboratory in a capacity that is not clearly defined, as does NSA General Michael Aquino. Both personalities have extensive study in the application of non-lethal, extremely low-frequency weapons in attacking the populations and armed forces of enemy nations. Whether these terrible weapons that were supposed to have been turned against our implacable enemies have instead been turned against our very own people is difficult to prove given the nature of the weapons involved. Thousands of American citizens have been publicly claiming for years that they are under attack from a directed energy weapon that attacks their physical bodies and their central nervous systems.